Hare Krishna, welcome to Morning Amrut Vani program. Her Grace Yamuna Swarupa Mataji will be giving her transcendental words of wisdom. His Grace Ram Kripa Prabhuji will be reading the Namamrita, followed by Srila Prabhupada quote, followed by Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit. Thereafter, Her Grace Sadhu Sevani Mataji will be reciting the slokas. Welcome to everyone once again. Hare Krishna.
Today start Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, kindly start.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada की जय. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj की जय. His Holiness Bhakti Ashraya Vaishnava Swami Maharaj की जय. His Grace शिक्षा गुरु रूप विलास प्रभु की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्री नामामृत. A pure devotee can be satisfied in any condition of life simply by chanting Hare Krishna. For the spiritual master, a pure devotee, heaven and hell are both the same if there is no Krishna consciousness. In hell, people are suffering in so many ways, and in heaven, they are enjoying their senses in so many ways. But a devotee of the Lord, can live any place where there is Krishna consciousness, and since he brings this consciousness with him, he is always self-satisfied. If he is sent to hell, he will be satisfied simply chanting Hare Krishna. In fact, In fact, he does not believe in hell but in Krishna. Similarly, if he were put in heaven where there are so many opportunities for sense gratification, he would also remain aloof, for his senses are satisfied by Krishna himself. Thus, for the service of the Lord, a devotee is prepared to go anywhere, and for this reason, he is very dear to Krishna. Since the science of self realization. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada quote, 4th December. Krishna is ready to talk with you. He has come. He has descended in Archamurti to talk with you, to be visible by you. Now you make yourself ready and fit to talk with Krishna. Then he will exchange conversation. This is possible. Bombay, December 4th, 1974. Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. The letter was successful. Now, the veiled sarcasm, he headlined his second issue thanks to the government of India. He informed his readers, many of whom had been disappointed to learn that government had curtailed his printing, that he would be able to continue his magazine every month. Abhay printed his letter to the government paper officer and also the reply granting him permission. His articles were shorter, this time displaying the flair of a news columnist as with philosophical criticism, wherewith and a touch of ironic humor he commented on world leaders and crises. Gandhi Jinnah talks, Mr. Churchill's humane world, Mr. Bernard Shaw's wishful desire, and spontaneous love of God had comprised the issue. Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam. Bhagavad Gita 15.18 Yasmacharam atito aham aksharad api chottama ato asmi loke vede cha pratita purushottama. Translation. Because I am transcendental beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as the Supreme Person. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.13.46. Kad apatyam varam manye sad apatya chucham padat nirvidyeta grahan martyo yat klesha nivaha graha. Translation. Then the king thought, a bad son is better than a good son, because a good son creates an attachment for home, whereas a bad son does not. A bad son creates a hellish home from which an intelligent man naturally becomes very easily detached. Hare Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela 5.57. विप्र कहे सुनो लोक मोरा निवेदन कबे की बलि अच्छी मोरा नाही का स्मरण. Translation. The elderly Brahmin said, my dear friends, please hear what I have to submit. I do not exactly remember making a promise like that. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी की जय, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, होलीनेस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. In today's Namamrita, as it is understood, the condition of a pure devotee is discussed. That when a devotee may be in heaven or in hell, like it is just like summer and winter. So he may not externally, physically, he may feel something, but that is not necessary for him. He is totally absorbed in Krishna consciousness, his chanting, his remembering the Lord. So when we are chanting, we are automatically remembering the Lord and we are absorbed in his consciousness. So when the devotee is in that level, which is pure level, pure Krishna consciousness, it doesn't matter for him whether it is winter, summer, dukkha, sukha, heaven or hell. It doesn't matter for him. What matters is that he is satisfied simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. And that satisfaction is beyond the physical conditions. And the pure devotee is not into sense gratification. The senses, whatever the condition is, the senses may feel, but that doesn't come to the level of his consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness. So it does not matter for him. Wherever he is, he will only think of remembering the Lord, only think of preaching the glories of the Lord, and that way he will spend his life. So, for the service of the Lord is most important is for a devotee, and that way he is prepared anywhere to be into whatever condition. Still, what is more important is Krishna consciousness for that devotee. And that is why he is very dear to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna says, those who surrender to me and those who always remember me, I also remember him similarly. And I am in that with that devotee, I am always like partial. Although he is equal to everyone, but still that devotee is very special for the Lord. Like he says, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. That devotee becomes dear to the Lord. Who always remembers Krishna in his mind, whose mind is absorbed in chanting the holy name of Krishna and remembering him. regarding Prabhupada's quote, Prabhupada is trying to remind that when we are doing the Archanam Seva, we must know that even if Lord is in the form of Archamurti, He will talk with us. He will exchange that bhava. When we understand that this is Krishna, this is not simply an idol, a murti, but he is Krishna himself, and he is here with me to exchange that bhava. I have to serve him in that form. When he is in this form, we can do archanam, we can do vandanam, we can exchange that bhava. And when we have that bhav with Lord, He is also ready to talk with us. He will exchange conversation with us. And Prabhupada is here reminding us that this is possible. We have to be surrendered to Krishna to understand this. Hare Krishna. Next is the Prabhupada Leelamrit. In this, Prabhupada is, uh, this is about the magazine Back to Godhead. And Prabhupada is writing here that in the uh, Back to Godhead magazine, whatever is uh, there, that special is that phrase where it is given that thanks to the government of India. This refers to this Back to Godhead magazine, and it was finally granted during the war situation, that because there were paper restrictions. And because of that, Prabhupada had simply tried to get some space for spiritual conversation in the paper. He faced significant difficulty in obtaining the necessary newsprint to print his new magazine. He found the magazine Back to Godhead in 1944 to disseminate spiritual knowledge under the instruction of his spiritual master Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. After the first issue, his request to the government for permission to purchase newsprint was denied twice. So Prabhupada persisted, writing a third detailed letter to the paper officer of the government, arguing that the spiritual message of his paper was very vital for humanity's welfare and asking for a small sacrifice of paper for a greater benefit. His persistence was successful, and the government eventually granted his application for the continued publication of the paper. Thus he said thanks to Government of India as a heading. And also this was like sarcasm to highlight the initial difficulty that he faced in a matter he considered of paramount importance for the world. So that is the beauty of this saying. And next is the I think it is Bhagavad Gita. Let me check. After the Prabhupada Leelamrit, it is the Bhagavad Gita. When Lord says that Yasmak Sharam Atito Aham Aksharadapi cha Uttamaha Atosmi Loke Vede cha Prathita Purushottamaha. He says that I am transcendental beyond the fallible and infallible. And here the Lord is also trying to tell that because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas and as the Supreme Person. Even when anybody wants to grow from fallible to infallible, whatever it is, like when the devotee is in a liberated state, still the quantity of that devotee is not like the quantity of the opulence is not as much as Lord. It is very minute compared to the Lord's opulence. That is why here Lord is reminding that I am the greatest. I am celebrated as the Supreme Person. Hare Krishna. The Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the king began to think in terms of attachment and detachment from one's material home, because he's thinking that the sun, even if the sun is very good, the one has to just be attached to the material world. But when the sun is not good, and that he compares the home that to be like a blind well. Hmm? And it is very difficult to get out of it. When the sun is not good, it becomes easy to leave the home. Prahlad Maharaj has advised that one can give up his blind well of home life as soon as possible and go to the forest to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vanaprastha sannyasa is compulsory, but when everything is okay, one is attached to the home. But when it is like the bad sun is there and things are not good, then it becomes easy to be detached. He therefore considered his bad son his friend, since he was helping him become detached from his home. Ultimately, one has to learn how to detach oneself from attachment to material life. Therefore, it is better. It is like a boon, and he takes it very in a friendly manner, that his son as is like this and he is getting detached. Next is the uh, this next Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think, no? And in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Brahman is simply confused and he's remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. He's thinking that, oh Lord, now that this condition is there, my status is like this, that I cannot even give my daughter to that person because he's poor. So he prays to the Lord that you do something that I should be able to protect my word, and my family also should be protected because they are doing something wrong. So remembering the Lord, the elderly Brahman is saying that since he does not remember, he cannot do anything about it. But internally, he is very sad about it and he is remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. That is the condition of the Brahmana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj